Hey guys, how you doing? It's Mark, and it is a beautiful afternoon, Saturday afternoon, at the trailer park in where are we at?
Well, we are at, hi everybody, how are you? We are at the Dumbarton Quarry campgrounds, and it's something that was built about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and people really don't all know about it, but it's a very nice campground, and you can tent here in different areas than we're at, and it's full hookups if you need them.
So that brings me to why I'm doing this video. A while back, I bought this solar generator with the intentions of actually being able to supplement the power from the solar panels on that trailer. Currently, we are boondocking in a sense. I mean, I do have water hookups and sewer hookups, but that's not part of this experiment. The experiment is to see how this generator, which I'm going to show you in a second, will actually run the trailer after hours when the sun is not available.
And why did we buy this generator besides the fact that it is solar driven generator?
So the reason we did this is we had a situation where we were at a campground boondocking and forgot, I'm just going to say forgot, to turn everything off before we went to a friend's campsite. When we came back, the trailer was pitch black. When you don't have solar or sun powering the solar panels, the battery reserve depletes very quickly if you're using multiple air conditioners, fans, lights, et cetera, et cetera. So I sold my gas generator because part of the problem is you can't run generators after a certain time period in parks like this. And I think the cutoff is 10 o'clock.
It is.
Well, that doesn't really help people like myself who at that point run a lot of stuff off a battery. I have a huge battery bank, and I've done that in a video previously. I'd like to say, oh, just point to the corner and see this video here, but I don't really do that.
You have to go back and look.
Yeah, so you can find it if you're really interested. So the purpose of this video is to talk about this.
Which you did unbox.
Yeah, which I did an unboxing of this. This is my new solar powered generator from EcoFlow. This is the EcoFlow Pro 2. Or no, Pro 3.
Yeah.
That's right. They say there's a Pro and a Pro 3, but there's no Pro 2. Whatever. Anyway, this is the newest one. It is 4,000 kilowatt hour storage capacity. And I'm guessing in terms of solar battery power, that's quite a bit. It has the capability of running 240 volts and also 30 or 110 volt or 30 amp service for RVs. So one of the things I'm going to do here is test a couple different connectors that I have. This one is actually one that'll test your wiring to make sure everything's compatible. Has a 50 amp hookup on both ends, female, male. And that's the one you normally would put on the power post to judge power input. This other, what they refer to as a dog bone, is the one that should be able to go from the 240 volt. I don't know if you can see this because the sun just came out. And it goes from 240 volt connection to the 50 amp RV style connection. So I'm going to test that. This is actually the typical one that you find that has the 30 amp RV connection to 50 amp. And as I'm going to hand this over to April real quick.
Okay.
Part of the thing about this is when you hook up to this, from our 50 amp trailer to this, to a 30 amp output, our trailer with its solar package and batteries are supposed to be able to accommodate that. So it'll use what it takes from this and supplement the power from our battery bank. Kind of my thinking behind this whole process. And so what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to test just to make sure that the 240 output is correct for this type of connection. And I may have to just remove this real quick. This is actually a very heavy duty air compressor for the tires. highly recommend if you're going to do RVing. I'm going to turn on the generator.
Should I come around the corner so they can see it turn on? No.
You kind of hear it. Here, I'll show you real quick.
That'd be awesome.
So this is the front of the generator, and you can see it's powered up now.
And even when you bought this toolbox to go back into the
Yeah.
truck, you did measurements behind everything fitting properly. Just really works out.
Yeah, it's very kind of discreetly mounted in the truck here, and nobody really knows it's even there.
You know, one of the things I love, you know, Mark always does a lot of research with things like this. And one of the things I loved about this system, besides the fact that it's noiseless, so after 10 o'clock, we're running it and nobody even knows we are, is the fact that, you know, in a park like this, this is a very new park, and it has EV stations. Of course, we're in California, there's a lot of EV here. EV stations up at the front, and we could drive the truck over to an EV station and supercharge this really quick if we needed to. We have solar panels that actually can be put up at your campground and power it back up if you need to. But also, we can take it to an EV station. And what do they call that?
Quick charge.
Quick charge. There it is. Okay, so let me go here so they can see.
So if I'm looking at this thing just off the bat here, this connection only really sets it up to run the 50 amp, but what it does is it talks about the different wiring. And I have 2 green lights and nothing else after that. So it's basically an open ground.
And what does that mean, Mark?
So on a 50 amp circuit, there's 2 leads in. 2 leads in. There's a. Sorry, I just turned off the wrong one. So there's 2 power leads in and 1 ground, and also a neutral. Yeah, neutral and ground. So you have on this situation here, I'm running the 2 leads in, but I have an open ground circuit.
I don't know if you can see that.
You may not be able to see
right.
it because of the lights.
And for me, you know, the sun is at my back, so I'm struggling seeing exactly what I'm recording. But I know I see Mark, and I know I see what he's doing, so I think we're all good.
So that kind of tells me something about the 240.
What does it tell you?
It tells me that to run this connection for an RV, I don't have a ground.
Really? What does that mean?
That's not necessarily a good thing. So I'm probably not going to try to run the 240. I'm just going to go with the 30 amp RV service.
And while our RV is best at 50 amps, it is designed to run off of 30 and have everything that we need inside that RV. It will run the air conditioners off of 30. We've ran off of 30 at a hookup, a campground that only had 30 amp hookup, and we ran everything, and it was hot that weekend. It was like 100 degrees. We were running the air conditioners, everything, you know. And we, you know, I know that, I don't know, I'm sure if you followed Mark's channel, you've seen the inside of our RV, but we have a residential fridge. You know, we carry an espresso machine in there, so a lot of things that you know, run, and it runs just fine on 30 amp. What are you doing now, Mark? There we go. Show them.
Real quick. This is the actual 30 amp connection on the side of this unit.
And you could actually plug it in without.
Correct. And so I'm going to test this power one more time. So I'll plug back in this little dog hole. Let's see how this powers up. What I can't see.
Maybe put your hat over it. Okay. Well, this is a lot of silence, so I can always talk our way through silence while Mark's figuring it out. That's never a problem for April. This kind of trip, you know, we decided to just come out here after work on Friday. Got here around, I don't know what, 6:30 last night. Decided not to test the generator last night due to the fact that we had got here, late enough that, all the things that Mark's doing now, we needed to have time to do it during daylight hours. So we just figured, okay, get up, made it simple, did not bring a lot of food that I had to cook or cooked in advance. And can you see now?
So what I'm not seeing is any power at all coming from the 30 amp side.
Interesting. Why is that?
I'm not sure. I'm going to probably have to cut away on this video
Okay.
and figure this part out before I actually let you know what's going on.
Well, so here we go. Part 1. More to
Here we
follow. Right, Mark? What do you say to the peeps?
Well, as always, you guys have a great day, unless of course you've made other plans.
And I always say just don't make other plans.
Until the next time, peace out.